Hearing that dark drone when we load in slowly fade away until only the gramophone remains is really eerie every time for some reason. I mean, I know this thing restores our sanity, that it's supposed to anchor us to this plane of reality, but I don't know. There's something that just feels so hopeless about it. There's something inevitable about it. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like you know what I mean. A lot of you actually commented on the sound of the gramophone, saying like it just won't leave your head. I felt much the same way. There's something up with it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Stygian, Outer Gods. And last time, the impossible happened. We actually found our father Percival. Although it doesn't seem like he remembers us, we have been able to get some useful information about him. Not only about what he's doing here, but also his perspective on our relationship. And it seems that his whole mission was one of repentance. But, anyway, we've got work to do. I followed the light and have found myself cast into shadow. Father, alive. And it's like I'm dead. Keep going, I must. For him and her. With the key in hand, onwards to find the relic in the mines. And then, this boatman. Last time he gave us the key to the mines. Unfortunately, I didn't much enjoy my time in the mines. There's some kind of creature there, maybe even more than one. Now, it was eyeless, blind, unable to find us unless we made noise, which seems like a big advantage, but in conjunction with other threats may be a problem. Oh boy, here we go. You're still here. My biggest worry is that attempting to open that gate will get your attention. Now, we could potentially use bottles to distract you. There we go. Everything seems to be okay. But now we're going down deep.
Alive, and it still feels like he's missing. I'll fix this.
I'm not sure you can. Even with the sobering tonic, it didn't seem to do much good. Oh, it is so dark. I'm wondering if there was like a better light source somewhere. I really just can't take one of those lamps with me. New tasks for the lower mine crew this month. Colin and Winston will be assigned to transporting rubble in the lower passages. Evan, Jude, and Al Jr. will be heading the excavation force. Pat will be assigned to runner duties. Sorry, Pat. Jefferson will be assigned to safety patrol. Maybe finding these names will help us find certain equipment or items. Wait, oh, come on. There's something over there. This door has been barricaded from this side. Somebody fled the mines with something pursuing them. What is... A lantern! Yes! Kerosene lamp! Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Wait, so can we replace you in the lighter slot? We can. Oh, that is so much better. Well, not for you. In fact, it seems the arm that was carrying it was ripped off. Like you were peering into the tunnel and something reached out, grabbed you, and yanked it off, leaving the lamp right in its place. Oh, look at that. Look how the light dances across the walls as my hand bounces up and down. That is really cool lighting. can definitely hear more of those things out there. I really hope they're not more witches, because firing a shot would probably not be advantageous right now. We can still light you as if we were holding a lighter. Definitely responded to me picking that up. Oh my god, you're right there! I was looking down the tunnel and you were obscured by my gun. Okay, is this even worth it, man? I don't really use stims unless, like, I know I'm about to do something crazy. Resistance stimulant. We should have one of each. What does this one do? That's intellect. That's resistance. Reduces physical damage for 90 seconds, but halves max stamina for 2 minutes afterward. That would be nice, except here's the problem with that, and here's why I haven't been using stuff like this. Having stamina is having our abilities in combat. Well, that's actually only the case if we're getting staggers. So maybe for some enemies that won't be true. You have got eyes. Still, hiding from you has worked for me before. We're gonna carry this crate. Put it down somewhere you won't hear it, gently. Oh, this is awful. See, the thing is, with other enemies, you can just kill them to clear the way, or find a route around, but with this, you've gotta go right through them. Fighting is most likely a waste. Not to mention all the damage we'd inevitably take along the way. It seems like this area is going to be just as open as the town, but we've got a bit more of a choice in our path. That was loud. You don't seem to have responded to it, though, or you do verbally react. It maybe takes a little bit more to get you to respond otherwise. There's something there. This is not worth it for metal scrap, but we're here now. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Don't let him touch you, don't let him touch you, don't let him touch you. Hearing you gibbering on my neck is the worst thing. I can't stand the sounds you guys make, especially when it sounds like you're right in my ear. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. The worst part is, I don't really know your capabilities. I mean, the only time one of you detected me, I ran out and immediately got shot by Daddy, so...
Bitch. I can still feel a light airflow, which is something.
Is it bad that I'm more relieved that those things don't have access to me anymore? There's more of those angular rocks. But behind us, there were more of those green pods, so maybe there's some safe haven here? Again, I know I don't need to crouch per the game's mechanics, at least I don't think so. But I can't help but do it. What is this? Oh, a boot. For a second, I thought there was a buried hand sticking up from below the ground. All of this is some kind of protection charm, and the people here knew about it. Why they didn't just put it on all their doors like Passover is beyond me. I wonder if this is one of the Brasco's cabins. At this point, these gramophones have become like a lullaby I use to reassure myself, maybe falsely. Let's Let's light everything we can. Of course, that actually does a good amount. I am so happy to have this thing. Crawling around in here by lighter light was not going to be sufficient, even if it was really creepy. Right here is ground zero, at least as far as I understand it. But then again, the sea is listening. What did we mean by that? Total mind collapse on this side. Let's put away anything we don't need. Yeah, because our default inventory management ain't looking great. We can get rid of you. That enables us to pick up more later. We want gunpowder in our inventory. Bullets, want it all. You can stay there. Okay, I'm happy with that. We actually don't need the lighter right now. So you can go here. Oops, nope. There we go. Oh, where to go, where to go? Well, there's some stuff over here. What we're definitely gonna want is any notes. What is this ring? I can't stand hearing the sound of rocks shifting from the other way. Every time I'm in this kind of situation, I can't help but be reminded of Ted's caving journal. Caving is one of those things that I absolutely will not do. I'll urbex every basement and bunker in the world. You will not catch me in a cave or a mine. Of gloom and ground, fishing the carnal sea, the dirt reels in my name. Helpless, I was never free. Back to whence I came. R.W. We can probably figure out who you are if we look at some names around town. There is a lot here. All of these are quest items. Head, pickaxe, bedroll, and journal. And we can roll all these things back in case we lose them. My soul is condemned, but theirs can be honored. The meager thanks I can give is the key to my lighthouse chambers. Victor, slumped by his precious tunnel, wishes to toil the earth for eternity. Jacob trembles on the ledge and clings desperately to the paltry warmth of life. Roger scrawls by those strange stones. Allow him to continue his passion for words. Denny, I wish I could condemn him. Not only has he broken the ladder following Jacob, but he lost his head. It's what drew the ghouls to us in the first place. I'd called them ghouls in the second part. I had no idea I was so correct. That needs a combination. Do we need to reunite these items with their rightful owners? Okay. If we use scry, I wonder, can we use that to figure out a face combination or a safe combination? I don't know, man. I just woke up. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Victor, slumped by his precious tunnel, wishes to toil the earth for eternity. I'm thinking that would have to be the pickaxe, right? By carrying it, we lose our lantern. Where is your precious tunnel? I feel like that's probably it. There you are. This ring is where we need to place things. Now that's strange. It's like you died in a ritual pattern. Maybe solving this will lead us to another of Frank's hideouts? Now Frank is a really interesting character because it seems like he takes the form of a child but is clearly something else. And he does recruit humans to establish his aims, but those who he recruits only know a certain part of it. Really nothing more than pawns. Okay, Jacob trembles on the ledge and clings desperately to the paltry warmth of life. I don't know what we would give to you then. Well, process of elimination. Denny lost his head, broken the ladder following Jacob. So where's this broken ladder? Oh my god. I lifted you up and the candle from below lit you like you were a kid holding a flashlight while telling a scary story. It actually got me a little bit. Nothing in this corner. Where is this ladder? Well, I mean, even if we can't find a ladder, a headless corpse would probably do it. Tell you what, you wait back where we found you. You wait back where we found you. We know that Jacob will be the next. Let's try looking up, which is hard to do with a lantern. In the 1820s, flashlights would have existed, but I really don't know if they'd exist in, like, the remote corners of a place like this. Can we move ahead here? We can. That looks to be a tripwire. Nail bomb. Oh, I hope this doesn't have a chance to go wrong. There we are. But those things are out there. I hear them, but I can't see them. Okay, the last thing we want is for these things to be around for us to charge into in a panic. We could maybe use them to our advantage, you know, lure them over. But is that worth it? These are obvious, but I'm worried that there'll be some lower to the ground, some less obvious. And at a time when my vision would be elsewhere. There's another reset sigil. Oh, please don't glitch out and make noise. We can scry you away. Problem is, I don't know if that'll make sound. I can see where you've been. So that'll lead me to a Stygian beast. It'll lead me around the corner. And there are some treasures down there. That's a head. This puzzle probably extends to all of this, doesn't it? Blocked. Well, I can distinctly see a ribcage in there. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, looking at you, not the best thing for me. What's through there? Red lights. Now, why would they string those up? Jumping down there doesn't seem a fantastic plan right at this moment. Feel like I should learn a little bit more about my surroundings before I commit to such a thing. You know, just a thought. through here may be another gold skull.
Soon. They hush. The black. Soon.
Listen to that wind raging outside in real life, but also coming in here, it's like the insanity sounds were more of those ghouls crawling in the walls. Like, I'll run into them at any moment, even though I have to rush to save my sanity. You know, the demo was fairly light on scares, but the full game is picking up the slack in a lot of ways, even within the same space the demo occupied. No idea where I am, but more tripwires means that there's more unexplored territory. It's a good way to know where I haven't been. Eliminating you might be a good idea. Once again, I don't really know if I can. I'm not even gonna try jumping over you. I'm just gonna move you a little bit deeper and out of the way. Is that deeper? Perhaps it is. God, if there had been a tripwire in here, I definitely would have triggered it. That's what I was worried about just now. More black powder. The ability to manufacture more ammo is always welcome. But really, the best fight is one avoided. That's what I've learned. You don't seem to offer me much, though, this route. Have I missed something? Because this was a lot of effort just to get a couple of survival items. Then again, is there any such thing as going too far for ammo? I really don't like having to swing wide around this crate. Good thing they can't smell me. That's always the worst, is when you can hear them right behind you. And you just have to make a call. Is that the sound of them hearing me? Or is that just their regular noises? Oh, screw that place. There must be more we can do. I mean, look, there's one circle. There was another one back here. Know that it's not the head. Maybe you're the one that clings to light? Look. Clings desperately to the paltry warmth of life. That doesn't tell us which one you are? Scrawls on stones is probably the book? Well, yeah, no, you're by these stones. You haven't written on them, but you have written a note, so maybe the journal? Put that there. I don't know if that's right, but we can always switch out. Everything else will probably be further beyond. Let's light that, just so that we can see it, like, just so that when we don't have a lantern, we can see that area lit from the other side of the room. It gives a better sense of space. And let's also take ourselves a save. We needed the restoration to our sanity anyway. Is there any place here? No. Okay, let's jump down into that horrifying pit. And I don't want to lose it, but maybe we should bring the head with us? It'll either save us a return trip, or it'll be a bad idea. just noticed that hand sticking out of the collapse. A whole lot of lost souls down here. My one major issue with this game pretty much is the stuttering when you're entering a new area. Other than that, I am really enjoying my time with it. You know, I had called this like a Dishonored-like game, and I was talking with my girlfriend Elster last night, and she basically like introduced me to like, yeah, no, there's a whole genre that this is called immersive sim. Basically anytime there's like many solutions to a problem. Okay, I was hoping that I would see like something I can do to open this, but not quite so. There's bound to be problem, people. Alright, let's get down here. All these gold teeth, it seems too good to be true.
Mother of God!
This is a viscera pile. They're dragging people down here and just... I use the term mulch. They turn people into gore piles. It's like they stick their fingers into people's guts and just keep... it's like making meatloaf. We got a torn off head to put in our inventory. What does that do for us? God, why would we want that? It's a head, ripped straight from the neck seams, dripping on my shoe. I'm not quite sure why I picked it up. I don't know, intuition maybe? I'm in a gore pile, in a deep mine, while a curse has completely driven every resident of this town insane. And I can hear creatures snarling all around me in the dark. This is not my best Wednesday. Things over there. Wind picking up because it just really loves to increase the tension. This goes upward, and maybe it leads to that door. It does not seem to. There was light the other way. No. A map can't help me here. Bags. And teeth. Head and shoulders, teeth and bones. If I weren't already holding a lamp, I would say that lighting that would be the part where it reveals there was one with its face right next to it. How about you just let me on through? Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Just don't move. Just none of you move. Just none of you move. It's the red lights. I hope it's not too late to go back the other way. Remember before when I said I don't know my own strength? I keep trampling chairs? Well, that's what I was just hoping to avoid, but it seems it's unavoidable. The very last thing I need right now is to make too much noise. We have leverage, which means we can move this barrel. That's the thing. One of you commented on the first part, like, look, you can talk to the dead, and you chose to remain stealthy. These are things that allow us to be much more survivable early on. We can get that stuff later, but these are the kinds of things that will give us opportunities. More revolver ammo. Hope they don't think we're going to be shooting our way out. You lost your head in the collapse. But there's no place for us to place something. This is just an alternate way around here. Nope. Someplace I won't ever run into you. Like right now, you can't see me, and you can't hear me as I walk, only if I like break something or really screw up. That's invaluable for stealth because it allows me to move faster while in stealth. Okay, I went through here. In the dark, it's so hard to keep track of where I've been. There's a lot of open doors and a lot of opportunity to break things under my feet. I don't know how well these things would be able to pursue me in a chase. I'm hoping not to find out. Well, here's another bedroll. You left a journal behind. Pat, they're all dead. I know you plan on returning down here, and I pray you find this warning. Take it from my written words, as I doubt my mouth will no longer release sound. First, it was the scratching in the tunnels. We ignored it, like the other strange discoveries. But then Jefferson saw a crawling man soon after. I stood aghast when we found what I can only describe as a nest of flesh. The rancid tinge and head pain had me sick up my rations. And then, out of the gloom, they crawled. Colin wet himself. It was horrifying. These things tore them all apart. I'm seriously hurt. Don't go down there. I swear. The next page is missing. Torn haphazardly from the notebook. I'm missing a leg and arm. You never got to give your warning. Well, if there was a crate back here, we can stand that up and climb out this way. Maybe that leads to the block door? So these things aren't insane men from the town where the hags are the insane women. These things were always down here. Stay away. Hail God and anything holy to protect your soul. Come right in? I shouldn't be doing this. It's been a little
Oh my
while.
God, that smell.
It's been a little while since I saved. You there. Seer's card. Seems you drain my sanity as well, just like the skulls.
This is intelligent behavior, not quite bestial.
I don't know, crows will collect sticks to build a nest. Bones are kind of like sticks, right? Sorry, just wishful thinking. This page appears to be part of a wider excerpt, torn out and brutalized by ruddy fingerprints. Maybe from the journal we just read? As one tore past me, clawing for Colin, I caught the faintest glimpse. A resemblance to my neighbor Louis, I think his name is. I'm not considering the implications of this wild thought. I'm afraid. It's cut off there, but no more is needed. God, so maybe they are. Maybe they're the missing? Listen to that wind out there. Okay, hang on. Let's have a look at our talents. What more can we do? Backstab would be nice. Speak with the dead feels nicer. Artifact knowledge allows the usage of artifacts. That's also something I'm interested in. And highlight interactive items while scrying. The RPG player part of me wants to take attentiveness. speaking with the dead. I'm very curious. Now the question is, how do we actually do that? How will we know who we can speak with? Tingling, almost imperceptible, but then it's gone. Maybe that means you're undead. The very existence of such an ability suggests the existence of an afterlife. But it's anything but a heaven. It sort of suggests they still remain, doesn't it? We'll always want to grab a health kit.
You're not a mule.
You know what? Get rid of these. And can I drop you? And will you end up on the ground? That's the next question. You will. Some games destroy inventory items when you drop them, but this we can go back. And go back we shall. Excellent. Okay, let's actually... I actually only recently realized that these count as a full slot, so we can remove all that. I still don't know why I took this. I'd love to get my other abilities up, my just random stats. But I'm not quite sure of how. I mean, there have been certain decisions that have allowed us to do that. But we do have 3 gold skulls now, which we can put away. Right now, all I care about is saving because we have been on a journey. Oh wait, up here we can climb. Hang on, this is huge. Grab the wooden crate. I can't see a thing. Drop you there. Up here. Every hair on your skin stands firm. The air has gone frigid. We can speak with you. What's your name? I'm so very cold. Please. What happened? Death hunts above. Perhaps below we might escape. Incorrect. You're freezing. Okay, you've lost your head. You cling to the paltry warmth of life. Okay, so who's who there? We can take the head. That one's obvious. Maybe warmth in the bedroll? That is horrifying. We speak to these corpses and it's like they're just living their final moments for eternity. Maybe even aware of the time that's passed. Still aware of the sensations. Just trapped in their desperation. I think we just did it. It seems as though we just did it, but did what? Unlock the combination is what? 6143. And we find the lighthouse key and the golden teeth. Take all. Thank you very much. Now, this is what we were here for, but we still need something more. I hate to do this, but there was another path we didn't explore. That's really cool. So we had the opportunity to at least try to use this ability on every corpse. In games like this, I can't stand it when it gives you a crazy ability, but it's incredibly contextual and you can only use it when it's like story important. Here, it unlocks like an alternate world for us. This game is doing so many things so well, and like I really hope it finds success because this is something that deserves attention. Now, what we need is to... I'm so tempted to run. Well, I mean, I suppose we do still need to find a way out of here. That tunnel collapse behind us means that we've still got some desperation. But like I was saying, I'm tempted to run just in my excitement to move on. We've not opened what's back here. That right there, that's a symbol we saw before. And I don't know if it truly is a symbol of the occult, or if it's just, you know, the print of a huge beast like the one we saw on the other plane. We're gonna drop down here again, because it's closer to the right turn. I can hear the shifting of rocks and your snarls just echoing off the cavern everywhere. The sound design in this part is fantastic. More ammo, more mushrooms. Is that really all I came down here for? Wasn't there a place where I had the ability to drop down? I could swear there was. Didn't like that. Oh, here's this. Broken tunnel here. Problem is, I don't know what I haven't seen. Starting to think this isn't the way then. I mean, I'm glad I got the ammo. The more killing bandwidth, the better. I'm really putting a lot of faith in this silent walking ability. Some might say it's OP. Some, not me. Here we can look through. Here we've already been. I'm getting so turned around. But I'm desperate for anywhere. Oh, cursey Brascos. We know at least one of them has died. Based on the writings we've seen, I don't think the other is the Shadow Man. It's only now it's really sinking in for me. We are in unholy service right now. But it's all we've got. No, there's nothing more. I know I'm doing a lot of running around in the same area, but in the dark I have to feel around for every possibility. Because it's always going to turn out that there's some door in a corner I didn't look at. The box has despawned. Hang on, that's a huge... Oh my god. This is a really annoying bug, where when you leave an area, boxes despawn. This could make this unplayable. There might not be a way out of here now. Before, it didn't really matter. But now... Oh my god. I might just have to load last checkpoint. That's really, really stupid. How is that a thing? Can I use you? I don't know if you'll be tall enough. You might just break underneath me. There we go. That's a huge issue. That really desperately needs to be fixed. Okay, there's our metal scrap. We don't need it. We have so much metal scrap. It's just taking up inventory space. But here we are. Now the problem is finding a way out. How much ammo do we have? Good amount. 17 rounds? Or no, 15. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Two headshots. But there may be more coming now, so let's go. That was very, very loud. Way ahead is clear now. And this is our way out. Well, we've learned they can be killed. This is what we budget for. This is what I was talking about before when I said that in a survival horror game, you have to view items as your budget for getting out of a jam. In this case, we would have gotten hurt or killed, but we used some of the ammo we've been saving. We wouldn't have had any if we had been killing all of them along the way. Be very cognizant of tripwires. In a room full of hanging rope, that's kind of scary. Oh boy, a puzzle. Of most interest was the strangely adorned metal box, its four sides laden with engravings of the most unnatural design. The writer found this in the recess of the church steeple, whose arrowed roof ominously stabbed the pregnant sky. He opened the box to the bizarre. In its womb was a curiously angled stone. Without the thought, he whispered, "Trapezohedron." He swore he glimpsed a luminosity in the stone, and was compulsed to gaze within. Then a shining light dazzled his eyes, the round glow of an alien moon and sun copulating with the stars. Some artifact in the church showed someone another world. With a very heavy pregnancy metaphor, I suppose.
Anthony. Rest easy, soldier.
One of our people. Although you don't look too different from the others. In fact, you look even more badly decomposed and dehydrated. Your crewmate lies stiff, and suddenly his last feelings assault you. Repulse. Floods of it chokes you. Nausea. I wonder if it is actually them I'm speaking to, or just their echo. Anthony, what happened? Dirt on my face, in my mouth. They came from nowhere, tore me apart. People. Not quite people. The way down was locked. How did you get down here? Dragged me. Holes in the walls. Their tunnels, scraping against rock. An infestation. Sometimes they speak. These things speak? No, they attempt to. Like words through static. Through pain. With the existence of these things, I can't help but think of those open spaces beneath the floorboards of the houses in town. This is where the missing went. They were actually dragged out of their homes all the way to the mines. I could actually hear them from there. It's only now I remember I could hear them down there. It wasn't the witches. Why do you remain here? Tell me, Jack. Is Miss Fridkin alive and well? The status of your safety. Eating at me like them beasts. It was kind of a comforting thought that maybe you were just an echo, but no, you really do remain. She's fine. Reading at the safe house. Of course she is. Look after her. And yourself. I think I may board now. Do you wish to know more before the soul untethers? I think that's all. A marred sack of flesh is all that remains of Anthony. No spark within. So that's good. We were able to help you move on. They just need to be set at ease, and in your case, all you wanted to know was that she was okay. Well, I guess you were a good egg. We have reason to suspect some of the members of our crew. I mean, everyone had ulterior motives for coming on this expedition. Or maybe just motives. Maybe they were honest about it. But either way, we can try to talk to a headless corpse. I wonder what he'll have to say. Stale air retracts from around you. Ruddy dust sticks to the blackening stump of a neck. Do you know how to pass that strange door? Over me cold corpse would I touch it. Bert was reet good at puzzles. Brasco said nowt about this. You worked for the Brascos? Us miners they had diggin'. Wouldn't say why. Ere each morning, deeper and deeper. What are the things crawling around? Aye, fellow men. Naught could do for 'em. Ghouls. God help 'em. Where is Bert now? Can't tell ya. I trot down to warn the fella. Found one of them things. Pulled new head read off. Well, at least you're in good humor about it. Maybe that's not the right word. Why do you remain here? You know what? I could do reet with having me head back. Would be chuffed. A head? Lord help me. I hope it's in one piece. I found a head. I hope it's yours. Oh my god. Nicer than the old one anyway. Naught to do but get the Grimm's barge. Me and me head says to now. Well, let's go. So that's what helped you move on. You didn't even care if it was your head, just a head was fine. That is darkly hilarious. But we're just saving souls left and right in a place where it seems like they're condemned forever. Louis, I swear this lock's got something to do with Grandpap's old tale. I keep dreaming of that door. His book's got the answers. You don't make much sense these days, but when I asked, he said their world's all about shape. Geometries we've never seen. I reckon the answers are in this story. Hidden in the shapes. First must be the square. I've marked it in his book. So how do we figure this out? I get it. It's all in the highlighted text. Look at those shadows. I just love how the movement of the light in our hands is actually dynamic. I mean, if you're gonna have a mind segment so cramped and dark and filled with just the most putrid, rancid things, you need to have immersive light. Light and sound, that's what's making this segment scary. Metal box, arrowed roof, trapezohedron, and an alien moon and sun. There we are. There's still plenty more to find. I stopped just short when I saw that thing. Wait, we had the ability to disassemble further. We can get black powder from you! I should have been stockpiling this stuff. Once again, never know when we're gonna need more ammo. Well, let's get through. We have to go even deeper. Now, I had forgot to mention it, but just think of what that other corpse said. That maybe we could be safer deeper. The ghouls were crawling above. They thought that their only hope was to go deeper because it was simply the only option for how counterintuitive it is. Turns out, counterintuitive was just counterintuitive, and they were actually hopeless. Well, at least until I came along.
These rocks. Again. I can't remember. No. I told him I shouldn't touch it. And yet he still insisted.
You found things like this in Africa. You saw them again in your dream, your vision. And something that's interesting is in the writings and, well, directly relaying from the afterlife of the people in town, we've learned that everyone was having strange dreams and visions in the lead up to this. We're not unique in that regard, although we do seem to have been chosen. It's like everyone's been chosen to play their part.
I touched the stone. Yes, that was when they started.
It's like the thing Frank was holding. It doesn't seem like we have to take it. I need to increase my occult skill. Maybe it's the only way out. I was thinking maybe we had the option to exit without retrieving it, but no such luck. One half of an Eldritch Curio, and the apparent salvation for Kingsport and Victoria. Its unearthly eye watches me.
Just like that day, touching things unintended for us. I feel like something has been set in motion. Or maybe it already was.
Everything that happens is about keeping us just on the edge of understanding. We know only what we need to progress. And that's all. Okay, this looks like progression. I want to do more exploration. How are we doing on inventory space? Fairly well for the time being. We can put you over here. We need to be doing active inventory management, or you'll be telling us that you can't pick something up when you can. More ammo, though it didn't do you much good. We're actually finding a good amount of it, and that is somewhat reassuring. I'm curious about when that'll roll over and start stacking in another slot. Just to keep that at bay. It doesn't seem like we lose that ammo when we drop it out. 16 bullets. 8 ghouls we can kill. My God. Well, at least if you die, you don't become one of those things. At least I don't think so. Maybe that comes later. Death doesn't seem to be much of an escape in this world. Let's get all this out of here. I don't want to start hitting it with the axe for fear of attracting threats. These things, and black powder. I'm worried this may be a one-way trip. I mean, from the way we entered, it certainly is because of that tunnel collapse. But in a game like this, it very much pays to be thorough. I just do hope we'll be able to re-explore. There are some things I've left behind. So many corpses I haven't had a nice conversation with. Seriously though, it definitely does bring me some sense of satisfaction to allow them to move on, to like truly help and save someone. You are not a health kit? I mean, those who are languishing down here in the mines, they probably think no help is ever coming. We can make sterile bandages. Being able to make better healing items is a huge deal. These enemies hit like a truck, and that would normally be fine because with the way this game works, you're supposed to be discouraged from combat. The problem is when we do get hit, we haven't really had a great way to heal except for finding health kits. I think crafting just got more useful. Boatman. The one we were meant to find. Look at you, your bandaged face and white eyes. with an implacable look of boredom. Oh my god. With an implacable look of boredom, the strange man sets his singular eye on you. As he breathes out, a puff of dust follows. You must be the boatman. I've been told you can help me?
Stygian with the sulking face.
Stygian, it has begun. I knew the selected would arrive. But yes, I seek. I sail. What do you mean, selected? The beyond one. It lurks on the threshold. Waits for the strong Egonons. A string of failures. Now you. Can you take me to the church? My seeker knows you seek. A witch, a stone. I take you near. I'll take it. I have some questions. God, who are you? You are not of this world yourself, are you? Or maybe you're a selected. What does Egonon mean? Little world crammed with them. Short of time, weak of flesh. Our term for mortal. This river is unusual. She writhes beneath the town's belly, lattice across this sinuous earth, exits in many realities. Yours, theirs. It wouldn't be Lovecraft if everyone didn't speak in riddles, would it? How is that possible? Many sources, many mouths. She penetrates this existence, transporting relics across time and distance. Comprehension is too vast for you. I mean, we've been aware of, competing entities here. Order, chaos, but the values of which are kind of beyond us. Who is the witch? With one seeker, it is blurred, but the potency, strong. Strike her you cannot. She shares its grace, fears it. Let's hear about your job offer. My stiff limbs remain rooted, yet wisps have boarded my deck. My job, your doing. The dead of above, some tethered by unfinished mortal whims, keep tending to such so the rest can be ferried. You're like the ferryman of the river Styx. So there is an afterlife? No such thing exists. Perhaps dream shores, perhaps nothing. Or the current recycles. I just ferry to the edge. It's strange, we have someone here with insight on what happens after death, and somehow the answer is horrifying and not at all encouraging, even while giving me very little information. But that's Lovecraft for you. You can't do this yourself? I am eons old. My joints have voices. And I laze. Well, we shall see.
Stygian with the sulking face.
Well, now I realize that was basically an insult, or you calling it how you see it. Well, take me towards this witch. I never knew I needed a slur for mortal. So the only way out was to go deeper. They were right, there was just no one waiting for them. I'm trying not to move while it's loading. I'm using the torch to figure out when I can move without being nauseated. But you remain.
Another Stygian for the current.
You won't take me back and forth at will, though. think it's auto-saving down there, but I've been burned on such things before. It has been a very long time since I actually had the opportunity to save. So I'm extremely wary of that.
My God, the sky. What did I say? Set in damned motion.
There's a vortex swirling above. Look, it brings us out right outside the Brasco mansion. This gate is opened. And you have come forward.
Such a shame. Beauty marred by lunacy.
Relief I do not hold. Wait, relief I do hold beneath this mask. I'm pleased you're alive, my sir. I thought you may be with the fishes. What are you talking about? The sea. Monstrous waves of salt crashed upon the town, and I thought you had been lost. Anyhow, back to it. I've discovered who authored the book, I guess. I thought I already knew that. My breath is bated. Whom is this unnamed luminary of society? Oh, I shall let you know when I'm certain. I thought I knew. We can actually afford the sledgehammer now, but I'm gonna save that. It's most of what we have. The car is moved. But they just brought it to the other gate. Why? And who? God, I just have so many questions. And that's what motivates me to scour every inch. Let's manage our inventory here. Oh, we have so much. We can... There's not really a lot we can get rid of. What we really need, though, is these 3 skulls. We need to bring them back to the seer. Please don't move that tent so that I may have to locate you again. We also have the lighthouse key. I know this is an urgent mission, but I really don't know if I'm prepared to go fight a witch.
The eyes watch him.
As the wave crashed upon the town, one did so on his mind, both flooded with chaos. He stands here alone, yet not. Path proceeds. The tide just swept in. In the salty crescendo it pounced, drawn by the sucking mouth of the unknown chasm. Anyway, here's more skulls for your collection. I imagine I'm just like dumping a sack of them on the ground. Another embryo nestled amongst the eternal. His choice, or not. Well, that's all of them, confirming that it is indeed every 3. Okay. Let's see what we've got. And we can get artifact knowledge. Allows the usage of artifacts. There we go. We have rounded our abilities out quite nicely. Now, what I'm hoping for is that we can try to speak to you folks. Now, there was one leaning against the car. They probably could have told me something. This one, not so willing. But we'll have the opportunity to see what we've been missing out on. The town really has flooded. I wonder if we can still go down there? I mean, I'm honestly not sure there's anything I want to see. We really need to get our occult level up. I've completely neglected lockpicking, but the way I see it, I'm finding things left, right, and center. Still no triangle key for me to exploit.
A relief the waters missed me. Already lost to the salty mare once.
Floor is lava. Can we wade in? Oh, we can. But this is very bad for us, actually. Doesn't seem like we can last very long. Those waters are freezing, and of course they would be. Did I go down into this basement here before? I did, and I can hear those things. Well, look. I can take this crate, right? Could I get into this? I can hear them in there. I've never found them. Oh my god! You're right there. Okay. I made a mistake. Oh, you've come to the surface. The storm is sweeping this town away. It only makes sense that this cursed place would be consumed. What is that ailment? Hypothermia? You're gonna keep draining my health. That cures most physical ailments. This is dumb, but what I'm actually gonna do is, if this other idea doesn't work, is wait for the health to go down and then use the health kit. Can we warm ourselves by the fire? Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, but in the meantime, we need to get back to Father. First though, I want to see how that's affected the ritual. Are the witches still there? Seems the floodwaters just barely haven't reached them. Can this box be back, please? Like, you can't be persistently where I put you, but you can be persistently gone? Doesn't seem like we're losing any more health. What does hypothermia actually do? I can't mouse over it. Hey, we can talk to you. Death visited this one uninvited. What happened to you? The bitter cold. I hath lost mine own job to those big wage worms. Couldn't payeth for lodging nae more. Here was my home. Who are you? Why doth thou word it so? There is no are, only were. Why do you remain here? To die poor shames me. Rotting hither as a troll the bridge. Spare some coin. Allow me dignified boarding. Our speech is low. Let's just give him teeth. Teeth? What is this? Gold. It warms my mottled flesh. The barge greets a rich man. You speak funny. I did teach once. Ere the Brasco name putteth me out of work. Rich hands bought the school. My poor students. And now you're gone. The flesh saggeth on the bridge. Thyself and the wind remains. I can take back the teeth. But is that a good idea? Will that undo it, or does it make no difference at all? Also, is there a better way down to the lighthouse? We may have to just do it. Or wait, no, I do remember. There was a better way through the town. No longer a possibility, I'm afraid. Perhaps a mountain adventure is not the best thing for someone with hypothermia. Let's make this jump. Definitely the most perilous part of the trip. But we have made it. Now, that building we need to return to once we're a bit better equipped with lockpicking. Oh. I'm hoping those floodwaters will recede at some point. For the time being, it is very, very dangerous to be here. Once more, we have to go through the mines. Take a save. You know, this wasn't a sight I ever needed to see again. Let's call it back down. They told us no jumping. Ow! Because you might bang your head on the lamp. There will be a creature here. We should be able to sneak past. Just stay out of its way. That whole area has collapsed. There's no going back now. I've only just noticed these badly frozen corpses. There's one of you in front of the lighthouse now. It's getting darker, the sky is changing, the town is changing. It gives the impression that, like, things are happening without us, and that's really cool. Like, there's different world states. Oh no, you're swarming all over. Oh, Percival's okay. You know, I could really use you and your rifle about now. Oh, I could potentially use your rifle. I have the lighthouse key. Alright, one thing I want to see is how do we make the sterile bandage? We already need a bandage, and then we use the alcohol. Restores a moderate amount of health and dresses up wounds. We're gonna want one of those at some point, but before we do anything with that, let's keep looking. We're gonna want to use our health kit first so we can cure our hypothermia. I just don't want to use it in a rush. Does it say what that effect actually does? I'm not seeing any, like, tooltip. He's not even here anymore, is he? No, he's completely moved on. Unless he's further up. So many scrawlings. Unsent letters.
So many. I would have responded to these ones. I would have.
Just how long has he been here? Long enough to go completely mad is the case. My boy, guilt will always hound me. The last occupant of this lighthouse has a clear penchant for writing. Papers Lear, pleading for my apology. I am sorry. What father chooses his curiosity of his son's safety? I wish I had never told you to touch that cursed shrine. Forgive me. Jack, do not come to Kingsport. You must not. You'd be walking straight into Doom's embrace. Not you, not Victoria, not anyone. It is futile. Listen to your father. Percival. Jack, I pray you read this. I don't know if my words ever found you at the front, or if you've simply chosen to ignore them. I love you, my boy. If the nightmares still plague you, heed this. I have a plan. I betrayed your trust once, but I swear on my soul I will never do so again. I will. Just think of all that could have been, if only we had responded to those letters which did reach us. Chesterman W1.
Not happening. You're not a mule.
Well, that's gonna take up quite a lot of inventory space, and presumably do quite a lot of damage. I'm tempted to do some sniping of my own. But you barricaded the perch. Okay. We are gonna have to make a trek across to the other side then. No convenient ferryman here. Really, it doesn't do much good to keep all these crafting items just on me, does it? I mean, because look at it this way, I can't use them except at a bench, and usually if there's a bench, there's, like, there's a chest, so I don't need this. Alcohol can go in here and here. I just don't need all of this. There we go. Now, hopefully we can take the rifle. Pray for the day when we can actually make our own health kit from scratch. Thank you. Now, if we place that into slot, there we are. Bolt action, 5 rounds. Lord, how tempted I am to do some sniping of my own. Fortunately, we just can't. I am not gonna take this with me for now. I mean, it takes up a lot of space unless we put it on our belt, but I just want to have it available. And again, we are going into battle against a witch. Then again, we were told we can't fight, so we'll see what happens. It really might be worth it to kill some of you, or it really might not be. That's the thing with you guys, is that you're the easiest to avoid, but you're kind of infesting the place. Down there is straight into the cold waters. I don't think we can really handle that. We do have, thankfully, some resistance against the cold. If only there were some way we could increase that. Let's take those rags. How much scrap metal do we really need, man? I'm heading back. What did happen to Bethan? Oh, well, there's a lot of things here. And shotgun shells! I hadn't even seen this stuff. But she's not over there by the house anymore. This has opened, though. Is this her doing? You at the cosmic threshold who demands supplication, I cast myself onto you. In stellar matrimony you may own my soul. Hold it in your black maw, I beg, and beseech this ceremony. Accept these pathetic kin of mine. Drain them of their mortal fuel. Accept these caged whippoorwills, bludgeoned, their bellies swollen with souls they dared to steal. Accept the ash of the mortal dead, townsfolk scattered before my humble ode to you. I am yours. God speaks. Let's move on.
To demand such obscene devotion. I'm not a man of faith, yet even I know this is no normal creed.
Another sinner's card. Now we can get these things. Increased occult skill would be nice. Disciple, adept. I mean, we can increase by 2 right there. All of these things are useful. I mean, they have prerequisites. There's only a handful we can take. But I think the best thing we can do is take adept. Increase our occult skill by 2. Now we can use all of those totems. Wait, can we do another? I mean, there's still the exclamation mark. In any case, our occult is now level 5, so pretty good. We're kind of dumping all our points into it, though. More revolver ammo. We can speak with you. More health kit. Okay, we're gonna have to start banking these. Or you know what? I feel at this point like we might as well cure our hypothermia. The only thing is I may have to do even more waiting. Climb up and out of here. Doesn't appear so. More rifle ammo. We could climb up and over the rooftops, yes. Pure, crude yearning clarified by death. An unwelcome feeling in your bones. What in hell's name is going on below? You've graced the power of love, my dedicated existence. Read my vow, and oversee the bonding. What happened to you? Silence. Who are you? Silence. Why do you remain here? All that mattered, the light of my shadowed life. Our promised ceremony remains incomplete. Is this related to that letter in the blacksmith's upstairs? Who is the ceremony for? My heart. Without him I am nothing. Folk frowned, but love is complexity divine. Yeah, that's 1920 for you. What do you want me to do? Below my rigid limbs, read my vow on the pulpit. To witness is to bind. About your vow. Did you read it? Love only needs one witness. We can lie and say I burnt the atrocity before it scarred me. But yes, and I wish I hadn't. We are one. I am his, forever entwined with the charred stars. After I board, he will find me. So that's all. Yep. I mean, if it works, right? It's not like we had to do anything bad.
I've never been able to think of the deep without shuddering. Remains true.
I can only imagine that'll become worse after this. We can platform our way to the elevator. It is usable. This is all very convenient, but I'm happy to have the path.
Dark waters, dark omens, hand in hand.
Yes, sir. I can still hear that gramophone playing. But no way inside. Seems that not everywhere will be conveniently spared. Do you still appear on the map? You do. We can't reach it. We can't reach that totem anymore either. But this place does have a path. Well, there's no going back there now. There must be some way we can get back to where we were. The answer is probably going to be past you guys. What about here? I just want to take inventory of where I can and can't go. That door appears to be bugged. Right now, I'm just kind of on the lookout for more corpses. I don't know why taking on the job of honorary ferryman is so pleasing to me. But it is sort of like I'm saving souls, so you can't blame me. Now imagine if I could speak to the dead witches, like if they remained. I can see that water coursing just beneath the floorboards. Is there a way out through here, maybe? Well, look. Here's where the safe was. We need the combination. How would one find it? I mean, the answer has got to be around here somewhere, right? Can't see anything with scry. Maybe there's a corpse you can tell me? Also, like, I don't know what use artifacts actually means. That's the other thing. But there doesn't seem to be anything of use here. Get up and over. If we were to go over the balcony, what more is there? There is probably enough to run and jump over. We can get back to the inn. Speaking to Frank about this artifact would probably be a good idea at this moment. Okay, let's do that. 1-2 hike. This fence would be a good place to start. Thankfully, we've got excellent balancing skills. We know that there's at least one of those ghouls here. That's the concern. Our jump is better than you would think for a game like this, so that's what we've got to keep in mind. Okay, anytime we're here, we need to light this place. It was cozy once, and it'll be cozy anytime we're here, that's for sure. Still haven't figured out the triangle key, but maybe it's in the pyramid-shaped box? We can move these now. Right. And here, we find a really tight crawl space where something could come from. Get some gold teeth. But that's all. Okay, Frank. You are gone. What, are you afraid to get your feet wet? Can we speak to you? Rancid fear stings your nose, a ghostly waft of what once was. Are you Big Joe? Was. I never should have gotten involved. I don't want to be hero no more. Why did you close the gate? Erwin Brasco on edge. Unheard of. Something with Charles. I followed their lead. Who's the boy? Appeared with the madness. Good to complain to. He hates everything, it seems. He had a fair dose of contempt for you, too. The door is his doing. I thought Erwin's tablets were potent. But that boy is another level, vanishing into air itself. Why do you remain here? That mystic, he foresaw me fueling the cause with life, word tricks. But he said in death the destination waits for me. What did he mean? If his cursed tent remains, ask him so. Should I board the Grimm's barge? So we need to ask for advice. Are you speaking of Frank or the Shadow Man? Unfortunately, I don't think this is one we can resolve right now. Hey, there's a lockbox with some more gold teeth. Well, actually, Mystic he first saw... I mean, he's probably talking about the seer, which means we've got a little bit more running around in our future before I end this part. The cool thing about this series I've noticed is that, like, with the gameplay, it tends to flow pretty naturally. Like, I don't really have to edit all that much. We've got our issues, though. Need the water. We can speak to you, too, the burned one. It won't respond. Yet you hear fire in the basement over and over. Some are simply too far gone to be spoken to. I am really annoyed that every box we've ever moved is just gone. By hopping, we can... Oh, there's no way out here. Ow. Yes. God. Alright, time for a medkit. It's not like we don't have plenty of them. Tell you what, maybe we can take these. I don't like using them because they break at the drop of a hat. But if we grab a couple of you, there we are. That should be good enough, right? There we go. And now we can drop down over here. Or, potentially, look, maybe we can even lift you up and go after the thing I was trying to get before. No, we can't reach. Alright, Seer, what did you tell that guy?
Wonders, he does.
The embryo kept cultivating in Time's womb.
He's not.
Yet he returned, choking on his thoughts. What did you foresee after Big Joe's death? As many as the cells within, the man's blood swills with tar, his past bound in wax, running for the corrupt of Arkham. Emptiness awaits him. His thread cuts loose past the threshold. I'm not sure whether we consider that reassuring or not, but we should go tell him. I've had words with the seer. What did he whisper? What awaits? Nothing. You're trapped, it seems. Or we can lie and say spiritual ascension, something like that. See, on the one hand, he probably won't go if we... This is not going to be good news for him if we tell him no. But if we lie, that's dishonest, but it might be the best thing for him. It's probably better for him to move on than to just remain trapped in this bed, right? So I'm going to do that. I don't know if there's any reward. His sheer relief tingles. And that's all we need. Effectively a mercy killing of the soul. God. Away to wherever he was bound. If anywhere. The idea that that fate is different for everyone, that some people just blink out, that some people do ascend to something more. Or, well, we don't know that. The ferryman said it was nothing quite that simple. Either way, moving on is what's necessary. And he is lazy. We need to head to the church for a confrontation, but if we look at our map, I'm pretty sure... Oh, I thought it was like a ways down, but it's right here. I don't know how much time I really have. We're cutting it close with this part, but maybe we can go see what this is. I mean, we've been working towards it the entire part. There's the mine entrance. And there's a hanging tree. All beneath the church spire. It doesn't seem like we can speak with them.
All of these are men. No ladies among the dead. Only hags.
There's one of the cages where they were kept alive for some time before their hanging. Lots of scenic overlooks. We can drop down here as a shortcut. Well, if that doesn't say murder cabin, I don't know what does. Gate is locked. Look, those vines are growing all up through the steeple. A corruption of their religion. Proving it false and making a mockery of it all in one go. That, we need lockpicking 6. Do not enter unless you desire a tad of lead in your empty skull. Okay, somebody's barricaded in there and they are armed and willing to kill if their safety bubble is to be compromised. This one is blocked. Here indicates scrying. We can climb up and over. First, let's have a look at this. Oh, God. Is it still worth trying to melee you guys? We haven't actually seen one of you in a while. Okay, you're not staggering anymore, and that's very, very dumb. Back up. Back up. Sometimes you do it, most of the time you do it, but it always messes me up. There is some degree of health regeneration. And there's a totem, so hopefully it'll be worth it. I think next time we're gonna try making a sterile rag for the first time. First, let's see this. There's something on top of the shack next to the car. All right. Meanwhile, let's see if we can get up here. Well, that box over there can probably help. Those whispers are torturing me. Thankfully, we didn't have to deal with too many of those while we were in the mine. Imagine dealing with that lack of perception, even while we were down there dealing with everything else. Hopefully, the occupant is already dead. There you are with your shotgun. Gilded spear. Local folks' confusion over mysterious tomb. The residents of Kingsport have long expressed their curiosity and confusion over the graveyard adjoining to the mansion. For centuries, it is believed to have collected an array of the town's legends, but one tomb remains inaccessible. The lock on the grave has stumped experts, whilst many locals believe there isn't even a body below. Theodore Bells, a local hunter, exclaimed, "I've been down there, but I shall tell no more." The ink is faded. Something tells me that's not the case. Something tells me you're kind of a braggart, but maybe we can be the first? Was it you? Are you the local hunter?
On guard until the very end.
Alright. Doesn't hurt to stockpile. It never hurts to stockpile. We still can't open that without lockpicking. I'll just take that off your hands. Cayuga double-barreled. You reading this. I may be dead, but I warn you, if you lay one dirty finger on my gun, you will regret that you ever crawled out of your mother. Noted. Bullets of cold pierce your body, and then comes a wave of wariness. Nice shotgun. Did you hunt? Hunter extraordinaire. Take that gun, boy, and I'll wear your skin like a puppet. Well, too late for that. What's this golden ball about? You keep that here, you dried up sack of spit. You hinkty dunce. There's nothing in that tomb. I won't say it again. Tomb, huh? Now you got me curious. Stay curious, you mule. Only Bells knows. Now piss away. I bet it was a load of crap anyway. Can't trick me, boy. Oh, well, it was worth a shot. Now go away. I'm fed up with your verbal feces. Calm down, bro. Part of you is concerned that Bell's threats will haunt you. Regardless, his soul has spat at your feet and turned away. Who are you? You must be dull if you don't know, boy. JB to you. I own this town. Okay, well, after taking the gun, there's probably nothing more we can do, but you know what? Maybe not every soul needs to be saved. You clearly didn't have community protection in mind. You could have done a lot to eliminate threats with that shotgun. Let's just rob you blind of all your ammo. There must be someplace we can save nearby. But first things first, we need to get on top of that other shack. Right here is a great way to do it. Shotgun shells and revolver ammo. I have got so much ammo. There really isn't very much point in risking health anymore, is there? There is a path beyond the church. And I am pretty afraid for what might lurk in these woods. Besides more bodies being carted out. Can't speak with you either. That's a big gate, but I can hear more of that strained viscera beyond. Wait, can somebody see me? Something could see me. Through the fence, perhaps? It's all completely barricaded. Bottles. I can hear things moving around. Seems our only option is to drop down. It'll be the point of no return. Okay, I'm leaving that for now. Yep, you can see me, but I'm leaving. I could come over here, but this bridge, like every other, is out. No. If I were to drop down here, there is actually something I would like to do. Okay, your name really isn't on here. Wait, Chasing Dreams? Oh, we can ask who you are. Flurries of emotions spark within you. Excitement, unbridled and lively. Then, cold, freezing. Who are you? Dr. Marie Sims, author of Chasing Dreams. Hands seeking my research. Jealousy seeks. What were you researching? How to dreamwalk, embrace them, using the sap, and other natural breakthroughs? Why do you remain here? We tussled over my research. He stole the best chapter. His warehouse near the crabs fits with his jealous claws. I think I found your missing pages. Justice. I've always been at odds with the thief. I became a doctor. He did not. Will my findings be valued? Absolutely. Another gentleman is most excited about your research. You near stumble at the wave of gratification. And you're gone. All they wanted to know was that it would be of use to someone. Of all the ones we've set at ease, I think you're the one I'm most proud of. Now, we can look at this totem here. Over beside what looks like the church gate. Or maybe the manor gate. It's behind a board. Yep, there's a similar gate right here. Could be this one right here. There we are, another mystery solved. And 20 golden teeth for our trouble. Okay, we are strapped to the gills now. And next episode, we are going to put that to use. There's some witches in the yard of the church, and we need to deal with them. But all that is gonna have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. This game is so fun.